Hello, I'm your 2020 presidential candidate, United States of America 2020 presidential candidate, Michelle Hope Walker. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, today is September 6, 2017, and we are celebrating Princess Diana. Not celebrating. Well, it's not her birthday, but it's actually the day that her life was taken. I'll say it like that. But we celebrate her life because even in the midst of that, you celebrate people's lives. Even when you think about the day that they died, and when you think about that, but you also are celebrating their life even by the thought of thinking about it. But anyway, so the key thing I want to dive into on Princess Diana is how she died. There's a lot of stories out there on how she died. A lot of questions for the queen, the royal family. I happened to see a film, and you can Google it and try to find it. It's Diana, Her Story. So this was a lot of recordings that Diana herself had recorded about her own life, about how she met Prince Charles and all these other things. I know she pointed out that they only had got together 13 times. It's like they would get together, she wouldn't hear from him again, they'd get together. To me, that should have been a sign that something was something, But like she was saying, when you're, a young girl and you have this person of this stature, wanting to spend time with you, you find it, sort of giggly, amusing, and fun and nice, and, maybe even make you feel good, She admitted at first she really wasn't into him, but then she grown to, begin to love him and like him. And Diana was smart and had a lot going on for her even before she met the prince. Was doing her thing, thinking in college, already had completed college, just doing her own thing, living her life, had her own goals and dreams and things she wanted to do in life. So one key point I want to talk about, and talking about this too, is the key point that I'm making is watch being a pawn. So pawn in meaning, and as you Google the word pawn, P-A-U-N, not pawn store. I'm trying to pawn something. Although it may fall into the same line. So the person used by others for their own purposes. So I'm saying don't be a pawn. Don't let somebody use you for their own purpose. Because clearly, when we look at it, Diana was a pawn. Now, this other lady, Camille, who evidently the prince had been seeing for years, probably had been seeing even in the midst of him dating Diana. And it's sort of eerie because even Diana talks about a point where it was Camille and Diana together, as if Camille was sort of checking Diana out to see if she was okay for the prince to marry. Very eerie when Diana then finds out later that Camille is actually Prince Charles' mistress. Now, I know I've heard some of the stories that either Camille couldn't have kids, or Camille didn't want kids, or some of the sort with kids. Maybe she already had kids, I don't know. But some of the sort, there's a theory out there that Princess Diana was used to have the kids. And it was more of, trying to find somebody that they felt like they could even get over on or use for their own purposes, basically what it talks about a pawn. When someone looks at somebody like, oh, they're nice, oh, they're gullible, oh, I think we could, we can make them think we like them and use them to do ABC. And bless the poor person, because they have no clue to what's really going on. If it's a relationship, they think the person really likes them. They don't realize that they're being used. You see this in relationships, where sometimes a man is ready to get married and have kids, but he's not ready to settle down. But he knows he's getting an age, and he happens to meet someone that he feels is gullible or that he can use as a pawn, and she looks the way he would want a blend of his kids to look, would actually marry this woman to have kids with her. Now, he does not plan to be faithful to her. So she's being used as a pawn, basically a pawn, so it can look like he has this wife and kids and happily married, when bless the wife's heart, knows that her relationship with her husband is so far from happy. Yeah, she knows he's cheating on her and doing all kind of other stuff. He may not even be mistreating her. He may not even be treating her right. So he is mistreating her. You see that a lot. Remember in that movie, was it Diary of a Mad Black Woman? You know, that pointed that out. She was married to, I can't remember if he was a lawyer or he was somebody, you know, quote unquote big in stature of society would call. You don't know me. I don't have a respect to person thing. I think we all big. We all celebrities and we all stars. But society has this little hierarchy that they try to put out there. Don't fall for it though. But anyway, he was, you know, had all these different, type of people in high society, and tried to make it look like he was just a perfect man. He had a wife and the kids and the mansion and the money. And then behind closed doors, he was dogging his wife out. Oh, he was smart enough to treat her right in public. But when they got home, or sometimes just when they was in a private space in their own car, or just her and him, would all of a sudden turn mean. So you have to watch that. Make sure you're not used as a pawn. So that's the key thing I want to pull from this. And then the thing what Princess Diana talked about, she had told the queen was just, it's like the whole royal family was in on this thing. In on that Diana was just a pawn. Prince Charles never really loved her, but Princess Diana fit into what they were trying to do. Again, they're saying a pawn is when they use another person for their own purpose. The royal family had a certain purpose that they wanted to accomplish. Either Camille didn't meet their standards at that time, or whatever the case might be. And then also in the film, and it came on PBS, it still might be on PBS, Diana, her story, where also talked about that something about it's a well-known thing for the royal families and princesses to have princes, so Prince, like Prince Charles, to have mistresses. It's just like a well-known thing. And that's why I tell y'all, I don't know if you see my Facebook, I think I may have put it on Twitter too. This thing of women going after men with money, thinking your life going to be a whole lot easier with somebody that got money. You better get out of that Cinderella Sleeping Beauty dream. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good men that got money, and they will marry for the right reasons, for love, and they will be faithful to their wife. So I don't want to, I'm not trying to, speak bad about the good men that got a lot of money, and they got it in the right way. Because also you got to look at how people got money. Because they got money conniving, lying, tricking. How do you expect them to be real and honest with you when the way they got their money, they lying, conniving, and tricking off? What a person does in their life and decisions they make, and their character says a lot about them. So that's what I say, women watch just being so, oh my gosh, but it don't thrill me at all, because I've been around men with money, and that's why I put out there my tweet, my little Facebook, that, I put that out there to help people. I'm always about encouraging people and sharing information with people. Sometimes it's not that I went through a certain thing, sometimes it's just other people went through certain things too. But from me watching that, as me watching what happened to Princess Diana, helps me to think about, let me help people and warn people, watch being a pawn. Don't become a pawn in someone else's scheme of they trying to do some stuff and they trying to use you to do their dirt and do their stuff. You have to be careful of that, especially us nice people. But that's where, I was saying, rich man, poor man, I've learned they both can be the same. They both can be good men and they both can be bad men. Because some men that got money think because they got money that now you just supposed to put up with anything that they choose to do. Oh, the devil is a lie. That you got to put up with their Harlems, their harlots. You know, men will have all these women. They got like the main woman, the wife, and then they got all these other women, and the wife is just supposed to. Don't get me wrong. I know some women are like, I don't care. Long as I'm in the mansion, I don't care what he do. Da 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 da. And then some women, bless their heart, they be like, they get so tired of sex with their husbands, they don't mind if their husband go with somebody else to have sex. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, these were some women, things that I've heard. That some women, you know, so they don't mind putting up, as long as they got the money. Because there's some women that are so caught up in the money. Women and men, they're caught up in the money that they care less about the loyalty. They can care less about, you know, the other stuff. And again, that's you. That's your mindset. One thing you know about me is I'm like, if what you doing makes you happy, do your thing. What you doing, you and God cool with, do your thing. You know? So Princess Diana was used as a pawn. And then it seemed like when she woke up, you know, a lot of times we talk about people being woke. Well, Diana woke up. She became woke. And when she became woke, it was like, oh, these people aren't going to destroy me. I'm going to make my own path. I'm going to change this stuff around and turn this stuff around to work for me. So when Princess Diana would no longer play their little game, then they tried to do things, try to destroy her image and all kind of stuff. That didn't work either. And there was one thing that they said that Princess Diana showed, well, actually I think they showed her right saying this. And she was saying, you know, that what helped her is that she was strong. They didn't count on her being able to be strong. So again, a lot of times people look at who they quote unquote think are weak people to use as pawns. That's why I say good people, as myself, we always have to watch it. Because people think because we're nice, we're sweet, and we're kind, they can use us to do their dirt. Or just use us for their own purposes, for whatever it is they're trying to use us for. But if you're like me, yes, I'm kind and I'm nice, but I am woke. I'm not dumb. Sometimes you see people doing things, you don't even say nothing. You just want to say, let's see how far they're going to go, what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? But then you do interject when you feel led in the name of Jesus by God to interject and be like, no. Or you just distance yourself from that person. They be like, oh, I haven't heard from you. No, you haven't, and you won't. Because I'm not dumb. I seen what you was trying to do. You know. Or some people, you just call them out. You know. You see that little evil stuff they try to do. You be like, oh, devil is a lie. No, you evil. Yes. You have to pray. Because I'd be like, oh, God, baby, I shouldn't call people evil. But maybe not calling them evil, but I see the evil things you trying to do to me. And I'm not going to fall for it, you know. But the key thing, especially when you're a Christian and you serve God, God is watching over you. So God is blessing you. So even when somebody's trying to treat you or whatever, and if you don't see it at first, God will show you some stuff. That Holy Spirit will work and he will show you some stuff. So, you know, Princess Diana became woke. And then it seemed that for the royal family, that they start feeling like, I guess, that Princess Diana was more valuable to them dead than alive. Ain't that sad? That is really some sad stuff. But we see it all the time. That's what I tell people. Watch who you let take insurance policies out on you. The insurance policy scam is real. Watch that. Know who has insurance policies out on you. From your job to family members to whoever. Managers, find out, you know, don't get me wrong, I understand that, you know, you do have to prepare to if something happened, have insurance policy to help make sure, you know, things are taken care of stuff afterwards. But just know who have insurance policies out on you, especially the beneficiaries of that insurance policy. Again, you love them and this and that, but still you be cautious of them. Because some people, again, get to need money. But I don't think that was the thing with the royal family. I think they just got upset. But anyway, they get to need money and knock you off to get the money. And that's why I'm going to finish that sentence. But with the royal family, I don't know if it's so much about money. It's just that they were mad. Because they were doing everything they could to destroy Princess Diana. Try to destroy her image, try to break her down, but she just kept being strong. And that's why I tell you, strength means stop getting caught up when you have money. If you have strength to keep getting back up, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many bad things people try to do to you or say about you, but you're strong, you keep getting back up, you keep holding your head up, you keep knowing who you are. You know who you are. You know that you are not those things that people say about you that are negative. Like people saying good things about you. Yeah, that's me. All them good things are me, But people are saying something bad about you, and you know that's not you. You ain't got to worry about it. You know who you are. I remember Pastor Cheryl Brady. I love her, Pastor Cheryl Brady. But she talked about it's not about what others think about you or say about you. It's about what you think and say about yourself. So you have to make sure that within yourself you stay strong. And that's what Princess Diana did. And that's, again, I have to say, that's a positive example that she left us. Can you imagine? Them watching her and following her and everything. Because now they talk about tapes, how they had people following her, had people watching her, recording. I mean, and there's other celebrities I've been around that they know. Somebody's always present, trying to, get after them on something, And I always look at, wow, they are strong, because... But then with Big Brother Society, we pretty much all been watching. I mean, you find that out when something happens on the news. See, when I watch the news, I'm not just listening to what they're saying. But my mind is thinking about beyond what they're saying and why they're saying what they're saying. Who owns that company for why they would say that? And, it goes all bigger. What is the bigger picture they're trying to put out? Because unfortunately... Out of 100% of people, you have 80% of people that pretty much are followers. Whatever the media tell them through news, internet, social media, what they just automatically believe it. They don't think for themselves. They don't look to see. And they always say follow the money. Who paid for that ad? Who owns that company? How are they going to benefit by putting this information out there? We see that with Bill Cosby. I don't know what Bill did. But whatever he did or didn't do, people knew about it already. But the thing is, when Bill made somebody mad, because they had been protecting him. The whole time, they've been protecting him. But evidently, when Bill was about to buy, I'm talking about Bill Cosby, about to buy NBC, all of a sudden, because he made a certain little group of people, Illuminati, whoever you want to call a little group, mad. So like Princess Diana made a little royal family, there's Illuminati over there too, mad. And then they go after you. And actually, when they feel like they can't break you emotionally, literally they would try to kill you. So the key thing is don't be a pawn. Watch who you're around. Watch who comes around you. Women and men. When somebody gets so geeky, they want to marry you, they just want to, you check that person out. Do background checks. Take some time with that person. That's why I say, I don't see how people do this online stuff. Because online, a person can say and be whoever they want to be online. Don't get me wrong. I think it's good to have something online. So then, even if I meet you in person, I can Google some stuff about you and I can see, maybe some of what you said is verified. Through your social media or through, government documents. So there's all kinds of stuff online you find about a person. That helps because at the same time, sometimes if they're not online peer, you're just sort of like, that means they can really lie and say these. I don't know. It's like a middle ground of it, But key thing is don't be a pawn. Because basically Princess Diana was a pawn for the royal family. And when she woke up and started realizing things, I love the strength in her that she said, no, I'm going to take control of this. She turned that thing around. So for any women or men that's in a certain situation and you have realized I'm being used, grab a hold of the handle and turn that thing around and make it work for you. Because see, what the devil meant for bad, God can turn it around for your good. See, they meant bad to use Princess Diana as a pawn to have babies, or for whatever reason why they were using her. But God turned that thing around for good. But because Princess Diana was in the royal family in the house, she was able to do a lot of good to help people. And she was able to do certain things that she would not have been in that position. May have taken her longer to do, or she may not have been able to do it on that level. But don't you be afraid to turn around. Don't go do nothing wrong. Don't do nothing wrong. You see, Princess Diana, she didn't go hurt nobody. She didn't go, she was standing up for herself. Because we have to watch it. You got to understand, when you then go doing negative stuff back to them because you see, oh my gosh, look at this negative stuff they do. You got to watch that. Because really then you falling right into their hands. Now, how do you stay strong in the midst of somebody doing you wrong and you know they're using you and doing you wrong? You have to stay prayed up. And that goes back to where you trust in God. And you like, you know what? I know God sees everything. I know he's watching over everything. And God says he's not going to put more on us than we can handle and bear. So we trust in God. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you got to be around these people all the time. But, it comes a season and time that God will pull you away from some folks. Be like, okay, it's time to break this relationship off with these folks. It's time to move on. You ain't got nothing against them in your heart. You've forgiven them. You're clear. You don't want to hold anything negative against somebody. You want to forgive people and let it go. Because then that keeps you healthy and whole. And then for those that have not been used as a pawn, don't be used as a pawn. Watch stuff. Don't be so gullible that when someone comes up to you and starts saying, oh, they like it. You can see in society, it's like the Maslow pyramid that sometimes they show in school and everything. The Maslow pyramid. Where they show on how, everybody wants to be needed. Everybody wants a sense of belonging. They're going down the list. We have to watch it because there are people that actually will play off of your need for love or your need for a sense of belonging. Matter of fact, commercials and products do it all the time. They try to make you feel like you need this product and you are nobody without this product. You need this kind of car to show who you really are. You need to live in this neighborhood to show who you really are. You need to, I can go on and on how they use that sense of belonging and sense of wanting to be liked and all that on people. Actually, the public a lot of times is used as pawns. The public is used as pawns by corporate people to help make them more money and more rich. So let's say watch it. Don't be used as a pawn in any format. And again, what is it when a person uses a pawn? They're using you for their own purpose, for their own gain. They don't give a hoot about you. Not a hoot. Matter of fact, even in the comedy world. And this was an old school guy that let me know about this. He said, watch it when people want to take you out and be one of their opening acts. Because sometimes they would have charged more and said they were going to pay their opening acts a certain amount. And then they don't give you the full amount that they have projected to the person paying for them to come do that show. That same amount. So let's say they said they were going to be paying their opening acts $1,000. But you don't know. You don't know the contract unless you ask about it. But then that's good. That's where you got to learn to ask questions. See contracts. Sometimes we'd be too worried about asking questions like, that might turn them off. Well, if that turns them off, they probably doing something shady, and so you don't want to be dealing with them anyway. But they only pay you $500, and you just happy to get that $500. You're like, literally, I got $500 to be on stage for 5 minutes? Really? When in actuality, you're supposed to get $1,000. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know if this is legal. We have to look at if the main act feels like they're going to take 10% or 20% off of the amount that you're going to get paid because they're part of the reason why you're getting a chance to open up, and then whatever the case might be. But I don't know if that's how it goes either. But watch that. So you can be using a pawn, even in the entertainment industry, with these contracts. That's what I'm talking about. Watch these contracts. Watch these contracts. Read these contracts. Get attorneys. Good attorneys. And there's crooked attorneys too. that work for the actual company that's trying to get you to sign a bad contract. And so that attorney will tell you, oh, it's good. Well, of course he's going to tell you it's good. He works for the corporate company that's trying to get you to sign the contract. Don't be used as a pawn. So again, just goes back to thinking. Praying, number one, pray. Because God will let you know when someone's genuine and when someone's real. Just as the same as if someone starts off genuine and real, but then they get tainted and crooked along the way and then start trying to misuse you, God will let you know that too. God will be like, oh, it's time to let this person go. You know, oh my God, they've been here the whole day helpful. You know, you was like, God let you, in that season of time, they were helpful. But some stuff has changed about them, and you don't need to still be around them. God is awesome, boy. I'm telling you, that prophetic spirit, Holy Spirit, that'll tell you stuff ahead of time, that'll let you know when something's not right, when you need to go or do something. God is good. So again, Princess Diana, we mourn Princess Diana because she was a strong woman. But I just wanted to talk about, what I learned, have come more into the knowledge of. The Princess Diana was so strong, and then when you continue to learn the background story, and it's not just that film, Diana, her story, but you just, throughout the years, heard different pieces. And that's what I said, don't get your information just from one place, but, when you hear different pieces and certain things keep being said, one out of two, those things are true. Because no matter who's telling the story, different company, different this and that, different film people, that story, that part there is still there. So, I really feel like she was used as a pawn. And when they felt like they didn't need her no more, they got rid of her. So, like I said, you all know a lot of times when I'm on here talking about things, I'm congratulating people, and maybe I'm talking about something to enlighten your knowledge on to be careful of certain things. Because this happened to this person, so, you be careful that it doesn't happen to you. So be careful. Don't become a pawn. I even learned that in the political world, which is why I drew back from the local Democrat Party, Los Angeles County Democrat Party. Because they were using people as pawns. As long as you went along with the message they wanted to brainwash you with. But when you didn't totally agree with that, then they came after you. And again, though, I still, feel more in line with the Democrat ideology than I do the Republican, or even more or less, sometimes maybe I just feel independent. But I most definitely don't agree with the Republican platform. Not enough to call myself a no. But anyway, so just watch men used as a pawn. And don't get me wrong. It may be a season of time, but sometimes God will, you'll know that you're being used or something, but God still has not told you, to act or remove yourself or whatever, So like our Princess Diana did, when she realized it, she still worked her ways for a while, tried to make stuff work, and then eventually, it seemed like maybe God told, okay, it's time to move on. But don't be used as a pawn. So that means stay prayed up. Stay in the wisdom of God. That's why I say being saved. Some people think it's just about, I just got to come to my heart and I got to change all these things about. No, being saved, walking with God, having a relationship with God makes your life, oh my gosh, so much better, so much more insight. Helps you in decision making. Help you so you don't become a pawn. Because God will give you some knowledge and insight when something ain't right. You may be like, I don't know, but something is something. Something is something. And then you get to realizing, let me pull back from this. All right, so I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. So again, today we honor Princess Diana. It's sad that, her life was taken from her at such a young age and so young. She had much more stuff to do in life. She was a good person. And so we honor her, but also learn from her story. Do not be a pawn. That's the word I have for you today. Do not be a pawn. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Stay prayed up. Stay putting God first. Keep doing what God called and told you to do. God bless.